Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we bring you a debate between the Vice President and the former President, the second debate that was postponed earlier. Despite opposition, we will have this debate, though it will be brief and focus on the economy. Both candidates have outlined their economic plans, each catering to different segments of the population. The former president supports the upper class by offering tax cuts, arguing that when the wealthy invest more, the economy will grow. On the other hand, the vice president aims to champion the middle class, proposing a $50,000 tax credit for new businesses and a $6,000 allowance for families starting to have children. However, there's one group that seems left out of the discussion, the lower class. These Americans are an essential part of our nation, and they need help to rise out of poverty. So my question for both candidates is, what's your plan to help the lower class? Let's start with the former president.
Well, as you said, my plan is to help all Americans. When businesses and the wealthy succeed, they invest, creating jobs, which helps the economy grow. The lower class will benefit from this because they will find jobs and the economy will thrive as a result.
But, Mr. President, the jobs that typically open up for the lower class are often low-paying, like minimum wage jobs. These positions are not enough to support families. People can't afford rent or provide for their children with such wages. How does your plan address this issue for the lower class?
We want them to have jobs because jobs give them money and opportunity.
Yes, but those jobs may not be enough to lift families out of poverty or expand the middle class. What's your plan to do that?
Look, it's not my fault. It's the current administration's problem. They're bringing in huge numbers of people, from jails, from mental institutions, opening the borders and letting them in. And now you're asking me how to support them? My plan is simple. America first. We need to support our own people, not those coming from who knows where. Why are they letting all these people in?
Thank you, Mr. President. Vice President, it's now your turn to explain your plan.
Thank you. My plan, as mentioned, gives $6,000 to families starting out, and this goes to anyone who qualifies, whether they are middle class or lower class. I also propose a $50,000 tax credit for people with ideas to start businesses, whether they're from the lower class or middle class. It's an opportunity economy. As long as you have dreams and ideas, there's a place for you in my plan.
But starting a business requires skills. What are you selling, producing, or offering? Many in the lower class, especially in rural areas, lack the skills or resources available in big cities. Do you think programs focusing on industries like medical technology, AI, and robotics, fields that are in high demand, can help uplift the lower class?
You raise a valid point. These industries can indeed make a difference, and my plan includes investments in such activities.
Yes, but it seems that your primary focus is still on the middle class. Shouldn't there be more emphasis on helping the lower class develop the skills needed to thrive in these industries?
Thank you for raising this critical issue. You're absolutely right. We need an approach that focuses on all Americans, not just the upper class or middle class. The lower class, those struggling to afford rent, those who are unsure where their next meal will come from, deserve a clear place in our plans. These are Americans working hard, raising families, and doing their best, but they often feel left behind in the conversation about economic growth. In my economic plan, I'm making room for everyone, and that includes targeted efforts to uplift the lower class. We can do this by investing in affordable training and education. That's why I'm prioritizing making community colleges more affordable, expanding access to technical and trade programs, and creating pathways to new careers in high-demand sectors. Whether you're in a big city, a suburban community, or a rural town, these opportunities will be within your reach.